Hi everyone, my name's Aaron Johnson with Shar Music, and as the school year approaches, you might find yourself in the position where you need to buy a violin. When you look at all the options out there on the internet though, it can be quite a daunting experience. You might ask yourself, well, why don't I buy one of these $35 to $90 violin outfits I see online? They must be just fine, right? Well, because our crew here at Shar is so familiar with all the pitfalls of student-level instruments, we've gone out and purchased a number of very cheap instruments from retailers such as Amazon, Wish, and eBay. What you're gonna get today is a comprehensive checklist of all the things you need to look out for to make sure that the musician in your home has a fighting chance at enjoying music. When looking at your case, we wanna check a few things. First, let's look at the main carrying handle. We want to make sure that this handle is comfortable to hold onto and doesn't have any sharp mold lines or other things that might cause discomfort while you're trying to carry your case around. Second, let's take a look at how that case is attached to the instrument. When looking down here, we want to look out for insecure methods of attaching the handle to the instrument, as well as any sharp metal bits that might pose a danger to hands as they come near them. If any of these issues are present on your case, you could face a situation where you're risking danger to either yourself or the instrument. Now take a look at the zippers on the case. Many basic entry-level cases utilize very low-quality zippers that can fail during normal use. This results in a case that's completely unusable. Make sure the zippers function smoothly and without any abnormal resistance. The lid of your case should have some bow spinners. They look like this. We want to make sure these bow spinners can click into a locking position, as shown here, so that they hold the bow in place securely. If these are compromised, the bow can pop loose during transit and damage the instrument. This case arrived to us with a bow spinner actually broken, and that bow was loose in the case and caused a lot of damage to the instrument right here in the lower bout. First, check the bow hair. We want to make sure the hair of the bow is uniform in length and you don't have an overabundance of crossed hairs on the ribbon. This can cause difficulty in playing and bad functionality in the bow. You can see in this particular bow from one of the outfits we purchased, we have some crossed hairs up here, we have some more down toward the frog, and the hair length is anything but uniform. Next, we will tighten the bow hair. Let's look for a few things. We want to make sure the button turns smoothly and the bow hair gets tightened appropriately. On this bow, this button starts binding and won't turn anymore, and the bow hair is not even close to being at playing tension yet. Now let's take a look at the tip of the bow. We want to make sure that there are no cracks in the white face on the bow, and that the bow also has the hair securely attached in the tip. This bow that we found on one of our new outfits is severely cracked on both sides, and this hair is practically falling out of the tip. Now if we take a look at this bow, you can see that the hair is already starting to pull out of the tip. Bows with these issues are going to become non-functional within days or weeks of playing. And now to the main event. The instrument, as you can imagine, is the most complicated part of this whole endeavor, and there's a great deal that can go wrong. First, we want to make sure that the setup is up on your instrument. That means we want to make sure the bridge, which is this piece right here, is standing up and held in place by the strings on the top of the instrument. If your bridge fell over during shipment or did not come to you with the bridge set up, we have a handy video on how to fix a fallen bridge that you can check out on our channel. This bridge, first, it arrived down on the instrument. Second, it starts very, very thick at the bottom and goes very dramatically thin at the top. And if you look carefully at the top of this bridge, there is no indication whatsoever for where the strings are supposed to go. This means that you're going to have to take this instrument into a luthier anyway to have it properly set up. This instrument, the feet don't even match the contour of the top of the instrument. Regardless of where you place the bridge, you can see gaps between the bridge feet and the faceplate of the instrument. This results in instability and also poor playing characteristics. Now this instrument, yeah, it didn't come with a setup at all. And there was no indication when we purchased it that that was the case. So you're probably looking at $200 to $300 at a shop to have a setup thrown on the instrument. Kind of a bummer deal. As you can see here, the nut on this violin, it's extremely sharp right here at the edge. That's going to cause a lot of pain and discomfort for somebody playing down in those lower positions where all players start. Let's take a closer look at those pegs. You want to take a look at the hole that's drilled in each peg. If you can see white wood or white, like we see on this peg here, that means you have a peg that's painted black. White wood is much more compressible than ebony, which is normally used. And within a very, very short period of time, these pegs are going to compress and deform, resulting in pegs that are difficult, if not impossible to use. Finally, let's check on the pegs. We want to make sure that they're making full contact with both sides of the peg box. This one's not looking so great. If you see this sort of a depression or hole here, that means the peg's not all the way through. The one up here looks a little more correct. What we at Shar really want to stress here is the fact that having any of the issues mentioned in this video taken care of by a trained professional will easily cost more than the value of the instrument itself. This instrument needs a new bridge. That can cost $60 to $90 to have it done. That one needs a new nut. You're looking at $45. This instrument needs a sound post. Again, looking at about $30 to $50 to have that done. These violin-shaped objects are terrible for two very specific reasons. First, they're an absolute waste of money. They're designed to be your first and only instrument purchase, primarily because they're going to make you quit. Secondly, when a player is starting out on violin and they're new to the instrument, they don't have a lot of background knowledge on what makes an instrument good or bad. So when they pick up one of these violin-shaped objects and inevitably fail, they only blame one thing: themselves. They might say something like, "Oh, I guess music just isn't for me," or "I'm not cut out for this," and that's a tragedy. Music should bring joy into your life, and here at Shar, we want to be a part of that. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time on the workshop.